So Jenna, how was that sprint today? How did that make you feel?
Well, some people can be like uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but so I usually do sprints on the regular treadmill, and Zane said today, why don't we try? I actually don't know what it's called, but the self-running machine is what I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
it's not like a real treadmill, but
What is it?
you actually have to make it move, and you
Yeah.
push on the bar and you run, and then there's resistance settings.
So technically, you're using like way more muscles and energy,
Yeah.
and we did 3 sprints at 20 seconds each.
Yeah.
And I actually felt like I did an entire basketball practice. Like at the end of the third sprint, I was
It's
like, I
exhausting.
feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's killer. It's killer.
So,
I still feel it.
like, I'm just like a little like tired. Like, and you know that like kind of like workout headache you get sometimes.
Yeah, you're gonna sleep like you did a basketball
Yeah,
practice.
exactly. I remember coming home from basketball practice and literally sitting on the couch, like melted into the couch, like I can't move, like kind of feeling.
Yeah, like truly exhausted.
Truly, truly.
Isn't it crazy? Like most adults never get that exhausted.
Over 30. What's the statistic we had?
I think it's over 70 or 80%.
Of Americans never sprint after the age of 30.
Bunch of bitches.
Bitches.
And Zane's blood pressure was 117 over like
Over
70
like
something.
70, 71. Yeah, right now.
That has to do with the sprints.
Yeah, probably. Like that's the most cardio I've done in 1 year. Like other than maybe some actual shit I had to do, like climbing a mountain or something like that.
Wow.
Like at the gym. That was the most cardio I've done in like a year.
Guys, that's proven right there. Get your cardio in.
Yeah, no, cardio is good. Cardio is good.
It's also his weight though. Like he's
Yeah.
down.
I am
on-
down like
on weight.
40 pounds.
That's crazy. Tell us about your weight loss journey, Zane.
Yeah. So it's been a long journey. I mean, it's been a 3-year journey.
Wow.
I didn't just go for like a crash diet, because I've done them in the past, and you always just bounce back. Like you just kind of,
Yeah.
you aggressively lose weight. You crash diet, you lose like 20 pounds, and then like over the next 6 months, you always just gain it back.
Yeah.
So what I did is I actually just changed my diet permanently, little by little, over 2 or 3 years.
Smaller portions.
Smaller portions, a little bit healthier, sustainable. So, it took me a lot longer, but now I'm not going to gain the weight back.
Yeah.
Because this is just how I live now.
Yeah.
I don't need to change,
Yeah.
I don't need to crash diet. It's not sustainable. And then I can't eat like that anymore. I go back to my shit diet, and then I gain all the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we talked about. I think it's like almost training a muscle. It's training your stomach technically.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have the problem where they tend to overeat, and that's just, I think it's training your stomach. For me, for example, because of the years, like I said, of just eating kind of consistently smaller portions, and like my stomach now, if I eat too much, I actually feel I feel like shit, like my, mental clarity, all that is just gone out the wall. So I don't even think it's worth it
Yeah.
to do that.
It
now.
becomes less worth it the more
Yeah.
you don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because eventually it's like, that is now hell. Like,
literally, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to look at it, actually.
Yeah, actually now, even when I do have a bad day,
Yeah.
it's not as bad as it used to be. Because for me, like now that everything is smaller. So, now if I have a
Yes.
bad day, it's like, okay, I'm still eating like a normal meal from old me.
Yes. No, I can relate 1,000%. Like I will get, like, if I'm cheating, like a Five Guys burger with a small fries.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't
not
feel
even
as
finish the
bad.
fries.
Not even finish the fries. Like where maybe the old you would have had the triple patty with the extra large fries, a milkshake, and all that stuff added together.
It's all about perspective. Like if you eat really clean every day, then something that would have been healthy before seems like a treat now.
Yeah.
And then you enjoy it just as much. So it's just like, it's all relative.
Yeah. Okay, Jess, what do you have to say?
I like cheese. No, but when I got off of carnivore, I found it like hard to eat a lot. And then now like I find it hard to go back.
When
to
you were on carnivore, like how was your shits? Like were you taking
I
shits?
didn't. My shits were fine.
Oh, normal?
I had no problems with my shits. Maybe I'd miss a day every so often, but sure, like maybe I'd struggle sometimes. But
No constipation, like
a little bit, but it wasn't even. To me, I've had worse shits by just virtue of my lifestyle.
Okay, yeah, true.
So honestly, it really wasn't that bad. And then
So it was an improvement then, like somewhat.
I don't know if it was an improvement. Like obviously, like not taking a shit like every day is not good. Now I take a shit every day. Like I'm eating my normal stuff now.
Yeah,
But it didn't seem like it was a big deal for me.
yeah. Because you follow like Sean Baker and shit. Like you didn't do it for that long, but like Sean Baker is like
I did 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
I did.
But this guy's been doing it for like 7 years, and he literally
Oh,
says
yeah, well.
he's like the spokesman for carnivore. He literally says he doesn't shit. He hasn't shit in years. He just doesn't make any shit. He only eats steak. It all gets consumed in his body, and there is nothing coming out.
That sounds like the video with Joe Rogan when he did that episode with the girl from North Korea, and they said they only shit once a month.
Because they're not eating anything.
They're not eating.
Yeah.
They're on that rat diet.
But like, is that? I don't think it's healthy
I mean,
to
there's
not shit.
probably not cleaning out your colon regularly. You might have a high risk of colon cancer. I think that might be the biggest.
That's what's going on. Well, maybe that's what they're saying about a high protein diet in general. But that could also just be linked to the carcinogens and the processed red meat that Americans generally eat. So, I don't know.
Carcinogens possibly, but also I think that people don't eat enough fiber. So my diet now is predominantly protein, lots of protein, and lots of fiber, as much fiber as I can eat. And I struggle to eat a lot of fiber. I don't like to eat a lot of fiber, but I push myself because the fiber, first of all, it bluntens the metabolic response, like I was telling you guys about earlier.
You don't.
But also it creates movement, right? So it flushes the system out. And it also feeds your gut microbiome. So you need to have a diverse amount of fiber in your diet to feed your gut microbiome so you don't get leaky gut.
Why don't you like eating a lot of fiber then?
I just don't like eating it.
Okay,
I don't like eating salads.
but yeah, you're right. Yeah, but, so I use different alternatives. Like there's like so I'm trying to actively eat healthier. So if I have a smoothie in the morning, I put chia seeds in there. You don't even taste it. You don't even know it, and it's high fiber. Like little things like my Greek salad that I ate today. It's a salad and you're like, ew, but like I put enough feta cheese in that it's like it's actually
Fair.
like tasty.
You
like
can. You can make them nice. I've never made a salad in my life, to be honest. So like maybe I should because I could probably make a good one that tastes good. I just eat like the fucking like the whatever they give you at Wendy's.
and it's not good.
And I'm just like
it's not good.
Struggling,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
No. So I'm just it's not easy. I had to meal prep on Sunday. Like, it's a lot of work. It's actually more expensive to eat healthier too. So it's kind of like it's a hard thing to do in this.
It's worth it though.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Like, I mean, aesthetically, the way you feel, everything.
Yeah.
Like,
The carnivore diet is pretty cheap.
yeah.
It's very cheap.
How much
Cheap.
do you spend?
Very
Fuck,
cheap.
what would you
You
eat?
think you'd spend more money because you're buying like red meat and shit?
A lot of people, like I was following Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson's daughter, when she did it, and everyone's just talking shit about her because like, oh, they're like, it's a privileged diet. Who can afford to eat grass-fed ribeyes every night? You know what I mean?
No, sure, okay. I mean, grass fed, sure. I mean, that makes
But
sense.
even if it's not grass-fed, grass-fed's like $2 more a pound. Like
It's
what?
not that expensive. His
Well, I
meal
mean, I
is-
did spend like $34 on a Wagyu ribeye.
You're like, I need the good shit. It's
No, I
Friday.
didn't even notice. I just went and I just look good. That's generally what happens with me is like I always when it comes to anything I buy, I always look at the thing that I like and then I go and I check it out and it's the most expensive shit. Like every time I would buy like glasses, for example, I would never like limit myself to the price.
You just find
So
the
I
one you
would just
like.
look at the glasses.
Don't look at the price tag. Who even looks at the price tag? Isn't that like a Nicki Minaj
Yeah,
line?
yeah, exactly. But, so that's what happened. But honestly, with the I didn't spend a lot of money at all. But I generally just starved myself in the evenings. Like I would eat the meat. I would definitely feel cravings for other things, but I would.
Did you not want to eat
refrain.
meat like later on to?
I hated eating the meat. Like it
Yeah,
was.
I
I
did
didn't
too.
care what type of meat it was. I didn't care what type of meat it was. If I switched to chicken or tuna or whatever, at one point I just didn't even want to eat meat, so I just stopped eating in general. Which they say you just should keep eating meat to satisfy any
Dude,
craving
I
that you
did
have.
carnivore for 3 days or 4 days. Literally, by the third day, I was struggling. By the fourth day, I was like, the exact same feeling. I couldn't eat meat anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I pushed through it. I
I don't know how you did it for that long. But
I
obviously
did the
people
3 weeks, and I just really I find myself. I thought I was going to go back on it. I really thought I'd have the willpower to go back on it,
Yeah,
and I can't.
can't.
Like I simply cannot.
Dude, here, just do this. It's almost the same. Like you can go no carb, But eat a lot of fiber.
No, but that's
eat
what
a
I was-
shitload of fiber, no carbs, and eat the meat. You're having the same metabolic effect.
So you have to train your body to want to eat that way, because his problem is, if I'm not as strict, I'm gonna just keep eating the little fruits and like Joe Rogan does a modified diet.
It still needs to be restrictive.
It's not just carnivore. He eats fruits and vegetables.
I think I just do things like extremely. Like
It still is extreme. I mean,
is your
just
personality.
it's keto.
my
it's keto.
personality is just like I don't like any in between, so I don't want to lie to myself. I find it like lying to myself. You know, like I find the same. I think
No,
the same.
it's not lying to
I think the same about religion. I think the same about people's political opinions.
Yeah.
I think the same way about the diet. You know, if you are not fully bought into the like in the case like carnivore, like I needed to be fully carnivore. Jenna would tell me, why don't you have this? You can just do keto. For me, it's like, if the point is to go into ketosis, then why even tempt myself with 30 grams of carbs? Why
No,
even?
fuck
why?
the 30 grams of carbs. Just say no carbs.
But sure, the fiber, any fibrous food like
But
broccoli.
You're looking at the macros. I'm not looking at the macros. I'm just like I'm not eating any. I'm only eating vegetables, and fruits and shit, and meat. But mostly green vegetables as much as I can, and that's it. I'm not trying to put any other limitations on it. Like it's still a strict diet.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't find myself going back on it.
No potatoes, no rice, no starches, none of that shit. Cut all that out and just eat a little bit of fruit. Like that's your treat. Mostly green vegetables of some kind, like fibrous vegetables, and then just protein, whatever meat you want. You will lose weight.
Well, at this point, I'm just gonna try to go more consistently on the gym side, and
The gym will not get you.
I
in
think-
shape. The
no, I
literally,
know the diet does. I know the
It's
diet.
80%
will,
diet,
but I'm
20%
okay with
gym.
not having like abs. Or,
You don't need abs.
I
Yeah.
don't
No,
need
but
that.
you wanna get
I'm
to
just
be
okay
healthy.
with.
How do you get to your
That,
ideal
I
weight?
know. I'm not. As long as you just don't eat unhealthy, and generally, I would say my Monday to Friday is pretty decent.
I think the number one KPI is weight. So if you have health issues, you should try to reduce your weight and see if it goes away. The weight, I think, is the number one KPI.
What is a KPI?
Key performance indicator
For those who don't know,
for the audience out there.
non-manufacturing people, or I guess like any non.
Like in this conversation, this is a nice setting for it. Actually, these are comfortable couches. Like this is a nice podcasting area.
No,
This is our
great.
podcasting area.
This
What
is
are
a
you talking
great-
about, Zane? This is our podcast.
This is it. We gotta do
It's our first
we should do a
podcast.
podcast every Saturday
You could
for like 2 hours, and we
Well,
can post. You guys can make a channel.
actually.
Yeah, well,
And dude, right now in this conversation, we probably had 5 short clips.
Yeah.
And short clips get you viral quick because you start putting those shorts out there, and it's under your name,
TikTok.
and TikTok, yeah, TikTok
is
and
good to add to
Instagram
shorts.
and YouTube Shorts, all of them. You post it all, and it directs everyone back to your podcast.
You're right, though. There was some good stuff we talked about here that
Oh,
I
we
felt.
could have clipped a certain section about diet or a certain section about
Yeah.
whatever, or we can talk about a lot of things. There's a lot of things we can talk about.
Well, I mean, for those listening, I mean, we just got these mics.
yeah.
DJI mics are pretty tight.
Yeah, big thank you to Amazon for delivering this today, same day, and a big thank you to DJI for making
Our,
these sick
yeah,
mics.
our official sponsor, Amazon official sponsor, DJI. Link in the bio.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but well, I say we just post this. Why don't we just post this?
We should post
We
it.
should post this.
Let's
I think
post it.
we might need to edit some things.
What?
Well,
No, maybe
No editing.
not. Okay.
This is a no editing podcast.
Hey, that's our name.
Yeah, no edits.
bitch.
No edits. No edits or untitled. I like untitled. I still like untitled. I like no edits.
no edits.
No
I like no edits
edits
because
and
no edits is
no-
raw. It's like this is what's happening,
That's
bitch.
what I'm saying,
No
Like it doesn't matter whatever you
But
say.
we have to handle the consequences. You know what that means?
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't
No
give a fuck
bad
about
consequences.
consequences.
Zane's never thought about consequences. If you know Zane.
You're gonna find out a lot about
If
all
you
the
want
kind of consequences I give a fuck about shortly.
Actually, this is probably going to be the best podcast in the world. Like the stories my brother has of his entire life.
All right, maybe some edits.
All right, so how about nah, fuck it.
It's like no edits, and then the line at the bottom, like just a fine print. Maybe some edits.
Only for legal reasons. Statute of limitations passed on most of the fucked up shit I've done, so we're good. But
I think murder is like 25. No,
I didn't do that.
But you gotta think
No
about,
edits. That's our catchphrase. Every time we say something controversial,
no edits.
we just go no edits.
No, but you got to think about YouTube. They have certain things you can't say. I was listening to a podcast today, Andrew Schultz podcast, and the you couldn't say that you're smoke tobacco or something like that. Something about tobacco smoking you couldn't say because I don't know. There's a lot of limitations to certain platforms.
He couldn't say tobacco smoke.
Like he said, he was trying to promote a vape, but maybe you're not allowed to talk about vapes. So he kept describing it, but he couldn't say the actual word.
Oh, this demonetization.
Yes.
So he
yeah.
doesn't want to get demonetized
Yeah.
on YouTube.
He can technically, he clearly cares about the YouTube ad revenue, and
Yeah.
so
Some
that's
people
something
don't.
that some people just don't care.
Like Joe Rogan would get demonetized all the time and he wouldn't care.
Yeah,
He's
Joe,
not.
but Joe Rogan's not being.
now he's on-
No, he's not on YouTube anymore.
When he was on YouTube, he used to.
Yeah.
He used to be like, "Oh, this is probably gonna get demonetized. Like, fuck it,
Spotify
just say
said-
whatever you want."
Yeah, he wouldn't care
Because
he got
he's the number one
sponsors.
podcast in the world. He can take a hit. For
Exactly.
it's worth it for him, right?
Yeah,
But it's not just about money. Like,
No.
yeah,
No. Definitely
well, you got to keep it real.
like we're not even getting any fucking views at all. We haven't got a single view yet. So fuck monetization.
Yeah.
Just like, let's get some views.
Put it out there.
Get some views.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
No edits.
No edits. Why don't you start? You make it the No Edits podcast. I'll come here every Saturday and we'll do your podcast.
What do you mean? This is our podcast.
Well, no.
Oh,
okay.
you and Zane?
No.
No,
Okay.
no. This is the.
All right. So
this is
the three of us, let's start the
the-
No Edits podcast. We'll do it every Saturday, right
right.
here on this couch with some beers and smoke some weed sometime.
Like the beers.
we get like.
Yeah, and talk shit and just post it.
All right, do it. Done.
All right.
And if we stay consistent, like
Oh.
I'm gonna speak this into the podcast, we're gonna be
It'll go.
It'll go.
It'll go.
consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency is key.
If this doesn't go viral, that'll be the lamest sentence ever. I'm just thinking, like in the future, it's like 2 views on YouTube, and it's like, oh shit.
Consistency, guys. Like
I mean, I used to
300 podcasts and 14 views. No, I don't think that
I
happens.
used to have some YouTube channels. I mean, I was.
Let's get to the 300.
I think
Mark.
I was listening to this thing about podcasts, starting a podcast. The guy said there's actually not that many podcasts out there. You think there's a lot. In the last 90 days, in the whole, I think what platform it was, Apple or maybe YouTube, only 100 new podcasts started in the last 90 days, which is
I
not
think
a lot.
it's slowing down. What they're saying is that the podcast wave is coming to
It's
coming to it's already peaked. It's coming down.
but the amount of views for podcasts, it's okay. 53% of Americans watch podcasts, and the number
Yeah.
keeps increasing. And the amount of hours each of them are using is pretty good because they're doing it while they drive, while they're at the gym. There's a lot of hours.
There's just so many podcasts. I can only keep up. Like I want to listen to the all the other podcasts, but I just can't find the time to listen to more than just like Joe Rogan on my like. I can't even
Well,
keep
he
up with the
posts
Joe
a
Rogan
lot.
episodes.
I listen to not regularly. I would say regularly. I would probably listen to 3 or 4 podcasts. Infrequently, I listen to whatever shows up in my feed sometimes, and I'll listen to some other podcasts. So
I find with podcasts, it's very rare for it to hook me. Like Joe Rogan, like I listen to like Call Her Daddy and stuff, but like sometimes I listen to a podcast and like I really give it a chance. I'm like 10 minutes in and I'm still like, there's nothing
well,
here.
I think when you start the podcast, so here's the key. It's kind of like a marketing thing, actually.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes, you kind of have to go hard. You have to get their attention.
Yeah, you got to do
In the
something
first
different.
60 seconds to 2 minutes, probably 60 to 120 seconds, you just got to fucking light it up and kind of go. I'm like, when Joe Rogan starts off, he's always got the first question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He says something interesting. He dives right into one
So
of the
like
main,
something cool about
something
that
cool.
person or
Yeah.
a cool topic.
Yeah, that's key.
1,000%.
Otherwise, you lose their attention. Once you hook their attention, though, you probably have it. Like,
Yeah.
it's either a successful hook or not.
Yeah. Have you guys listened to like Crime Junkie or any of those things?
I don't know about that specific one, but I've listened to other podcasts
like
where people
crime-
interview criminals.
Crime Junkie is the second largest.
Apparently it's second largest, but
What is on there? What's it about?
it's just a girl
who talk about
regurgitate stories of crimes that has happened in the past.
they
crimes. Like they talk about other
basically
crimes that they were not involved in.
No. they were not involved in.
Narrate real life crimes that have happened.
But
creepy and like.
no,
People like creepy shit.
My
Apparently the biggest viewers are women.
yeah.
Yeah, women like creepy shit. Women like serial killers. Women think it's romantic.
I have a very opposite opinion though. I've listened to a couple of them and I don't like. I don't know if it's the narration.
It's 'cause you're emotionally
I don't know if I
healthy.
should say that. Edit this.
No edits.
I need something a little bit. I also grew up watching a lot of scary movies, so I'm kind of maybe desensitized to that stuff. Maybe.
No, I don't know. I personally just don't like their.
It's like-
it's,
it's like-
it's a little much for me. I can see how some women are interested in it. They seem
Like Silence of
very-
the Lambs kind of thing, you know? Have you ever seen that movie?
no. I've probably watched it when I was a teenager. I went through like a phase where I wanted to watch all of the
Classics.
classic movies, and honestly, I probably got really stoned watching a lot of them, honestly, and
I
just
forgot
never
them.
really, never really. I just watched them to watch them
Yeah.
to like feel like I've watched them now, like I'm more of a movie buff, but I never really got into a lot of these movies because I didn't find them interesting at the time.
Yeah, I find it's important to watch a movie when you're interested in it at the right age. I remember I watched a lot of movies at 15, 16, 17, and I watched them and they didn't connect with me the right way. But when I watch them back now, I'm like, holy fuck, this movie's amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's kind of like traveling too. Like I say,
Oh,
like
yeah.
until you pass like the age of 18, really.
I did 16 or 17.
Yeah, 16 is a good age. You don't appreciate traveling.
No.
But yeah.
I wouldn't waste money on my 12-year-old or even 14-year-old really that much to go
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give them a pop on a VR
You're just
headset.
like normal, like teaching them how to fly in a plane, basically. Yeah, they got VR.
Yeah, just pop on a VR headset and
Shut them up.
this is Paris. This is where your parents are going to be going for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're gonna trust me. You don't need this right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll save it and we'll send you when you're 21
Exactly.
for cooking school.
Yeah.
And
You will actually be upset that I sent you as a 12-year-old to Paris. Like,
Yeah, you'd be like,
you
why did
trust
I
me.
go?
Looking back on it, you'd be like, Mom, why the hell did you do that?
A lot of kids don't even enjoy it. Like they don't even. What are they going to do? They don't have no friends.
not at that age.
They're going to be with their parents the entire time.
It's like when Mom and Dad took me and Adam. We were underage to Las Vegas. We were both underage, and it was
Completely a waste
like,
of time.
what the hell?
Was Zane underage too?
No, I just turned 21.
his 21st birthday.
I literally disappeared.
We need another mic.
Yeah, we do. I actually have 2 more coming, but they're the ones you hold. Like,
Oh.
So you can still use
yeah, we can add them all in if we get a laptop or something because they have USBs.
Jenna, you still have your MacBook, no?
Yeah.
We should
Yeah,
use
so we
that.
run a couple regular mics, a couple of these. Everyone has a mic. We can actually have a cast of maybe
up there.
a screen. No, not just see us. Or we can have some cameras. I have like 2 or 3 cameras and tripods
Yeah.
so we can do the video because that's important.
Yeah.
But we can also throw up there like you Google and we can Google shit while we do the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Ooh,
Yeah.
can I shot at Jamie.
You're Jamie?
I'm Jamie. but like for me, like for Jamie, I got to be like out here, you know, like this is.
Yeah. The mic's got to be like. Yeah, like.
I vote for Jamie.
You actually, you can see you being a Jamie.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jamie.
You could be Jamie plus in the podcast too. Jamie kind of tries to keep his space.
Yeah, he keeps. Yeah,
Yeah.
but usually because that's a different type of setting too. I mean,
Yeah, it's the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
It's the format.
exactly. But yeah,
I feel like we could literally launch a podcast tomorrow.
We could do it. And
Like-
like I was thinking like I want to test you guys with some like deep conversations that men don't usually talk about and like
Sure.
make you uncomfortable.
I'll test you with some deep conversations.
All right.
it's cringe.
See, literally men who can't handle it.
Yeah, but talking about VR, Zane, how was your first VR football
Fucking
experience?
amazing, dude.
Wow.
Zane,
I
really
literally-
like-
Please sponsor us.
I literally felt like I was a fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Like throwing the passes, getting the fucking successful passes.
You can really put,
Completions.
honestly, you didn't even put your full body into it. You know, like
No.
what I do is I really like I squat into the
I
huddle.
saw you after you just
Yeah.
get. You're just like you're.
Sometimes I want to record.
Yeah,
So funny.
yeah, and at first I was like moving my feet, which makes no sense because that doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually I found that standing made it better, but yeah, and then you could do the whole thing. You know,
It's super immersive. It's incredible.
Well, I was telling Jenna, one day there will be
I would
probably.
I would not be that interested in playing PS5 Madden,
Yeah.
but I am actually interested
Very
in
interested
doing
in
that.
that, right?
Yeah.
And there's golf and there's a bunch of shit. But I was telling Jen, one day there probably will be a VR, NFL competition that, grand prize like $1 million. You know what I mean?
Oh, one day.
Like there's probably some guys.
Do you know much about esports? Like which esports are actually
There's a lot
doing the money? Like which ones
right
are
now. Like a lot of like League of Legends,
League of Legends,
like
Fortnite.
Fortnite, Call of Duty
Any
has a
sports
huge.
though? Like is there like a Madden?
There is. I think there's FIFA. I think there probably is Madden. I don't think there's a lot of money in that yet, but I feel like there's a certain level of maybe hand-eye coordinate, like especially if the technology gets really good with the VR headsets.
Yeah.
There's definitely a level of hand-eye coordination that would merit a skill.
Yeah. No, it's definitely skill based. Like,
Yeah,
there's
and-
skill involved.
And eventually, I think maybe
It's almost as much skill as required to be an actual quarterback.
no.
I mean, not the physical performance and the actual athleticism.
Only
the
if it gets really good. I feel like there's still, yeah, I think it still has quite a bit to go, like further to go, where I think there is still some sort of assisting part of the game where
Yeah.
it's not 100% realistic. Maybe it's almost like
Once the technology
80% there.
a little bit better, and then they take it off easy mode and put it on like ultra hard, like
Yeah,
it'll be
like realistic. Yeah,
I don't know if they could make it 100% realistic. That'd be fucking crazy hard, dude.
it already is hard. Like I told you, I can't even win a game, but I'm also playing with the Dallas Cowboys.
That's your problem right there, man.
That's just cursed. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I told Jenna I might just quit my day job and practice for the future.
So there's one podcast on Spotify
Fuck.
called No Edits, but there's only one 57-minute video posted back in 2019.
Fuck them. We can take their name.
Where's the consistency?
We can take their name.
One video?
No, you can take their name. If
True.
If there's something that's not really
Are we
active,
stopping?
you don't have a good brand. No, I'm good.
Oh.
I was going to the bathroom.
I can hear you still?
Yeah, I can hear
Oh.
you. It can probably pick you up from here.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says pilot. So it says pilot episode of No Edits podcast. Jared, Adam, and Carlos ramble about video games and stuff for almost an hour. I mean, Zane and I were getting close to rambling about video games for
No,
an
but it's
hour.
pretty diverse, I would say.
57 minutes, December 2nd, 2019. Yeah, I mean, I think we take it. We take it. They got a good cover art, but
We take it and run.
do you have a name? Like,
we need a
Is it a specific? Is it a specific?
I say we
name,
do a
or
caricature of the three of our faces.
Can you patent? Can you patent or,
Let's do a
or
caricature.
trademark
A name?
podcast name? I mean, if it's that small, I mean, we can just steal it.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry,
I think
not
it just
steal it.
depends. I
No
think you
edits.
can. I think our podcast cover should be like a caricature of the three of our faces.
Like
No, that's
Cartoon.
kind of lame. That might be a little lame.
What's in the background?
Maybe I don't know. Well, you know who can do that? Adam can make it.
Adam might be able to do that. Should we wrap her up, boys and girls?
I know a visual artist as well that can help with that.
What do you mean?
Oh, Zane's got a hookup?
We're not going to do a 3-hour podcast.
Let's beat the 57-minute podcast right here.
How many minutes we got?
We were at 28, but honestly, we can wrap it up. This is a good first episode, I think,
Yeah.
to launch.
You got to upgrade your toilets.
We did. Those are new.
Those are new.
No, I know, but if, you've only made it in the podcasting industry when you have the like Toto Ass Washer 9000. Until then, like you're not on Joe Rogan's level.
He has one of those
Oh
in
yeah,
the studio.
I hear them
parents
talking
have
about it on the podcast. They're like, oh, you got one of those fancy ass washers? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then we got to get a cold plunge. Oh, we have.
We do have a cold plunge.
Oh, we
Dude,
do.
basically, this is the Joe Rogan experience.
We could actually, yeah. We
Disclaimer.
Joe Rogan light.
Yeah, very Joe Rogan. Yeah. Basically, what our cold plunge is a. How big would you say that freezer
It's like
is?
2.5 feet by like 6 feet.
Yeah, freezer with a temperature controller from
yeah.
like Amazon.
Yeah,
So you stick a thermostat into
a
the
thermostat in there.
thermostat into the water, and then it'll just like turn on and off the
to regulate the temperature.
Yeah, so we keep it at like 35 degrees.
Pretty damn cold.
Fahrenheit. It's pretty cold.
Freezing.
So one day we might get electrocuted, but it's.
We try to
it's
remember
working
to
so far.
unplug it before we jump in, just in case. But
Have you forgotten
oh yeah,
at one point? Really?
I've forgotten once.
Oh man,
At least once.
I don't think I can go in there without being like triple sure.
Yeah, good.
I
we
mean,
also have like some other.
Sometimes I remember when I first would get into that thing, I would just think, I would just get anxious about potentially just that was it.
You're just thinking of like a blow dryer falling into the bathtub. And
Yeah,
That movie, what's it called? The movie about all the freak accidents happening.
Oh
Final
yeah.
Destination.
Final Destination.
Yeah. One day we got to do the podcast, and one of us has to go in the cold plunge, or we all have to take turns, and we can all continue talking. Yeah.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll have some.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll have some camera setups, and
that'd be cool.
that'd be cool too. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Call it the Frozen Cast.
You know what?
Frozen cast.
Most podcast
Oh,
videos.
no edits. Ice Age edition.
Wait, most podcast videos that I watch are of people sitting, but you don't really see podcasts of.
At that point, it's not really
People-
a podcast, I guess. Like it's,
No, why isn't it? We're
You
having.
could stand around a table like a
What-
standing meeting.
What is the definition of a podcast?
I don't know. It was coined
A long
by
form
Apple.
conversation.
Standing is fine.
You can stand. You can stand.
You can walk.
I think it makes it uncomfortable.
True. This
For-
is more relaxed.
yeah,
like I
it's
know,
more
but I'm just
relaxed,
saying, like, if we were to do a cold plunge segment.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen some Joe Rogan episodes actually where he leaves the studio and they go
Yeah.
somewhere else. Like they went with
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
The first and only time I've ever seen that.
True. Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it can't be done. But,
Yeah. We could do it. I have
Well,
to bring my crossbow down here, or my compound bow.
You have one?
Yeah.
he's got one.
How much pounds?
70 pounds, man. It's heavy.
That's heavy. That's what Joe
It's a
Rogan
big
did.
boy. Yeah.
70 pounds.
I tried it and I couldn't do it.
Couldn't pull it.
You got to pull 70 pounds.
Like, when I first got it, I couldn't even pull it.
Wow.
I had to work up to it.
That's hard
No,
at
yeah.
this angle to pull 70.
Yeah, it's all back muscles. Like if I was like 12% body fat when I did that, my back would just like.
And
look
imagine
ripped.
we're trying to repeat that. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Never. In 2025, Jenna.
Yeah, your backflip's coming up soon, eh?
Yeah. If I can do a backflip, I'll definitely be low enough body fat.
Yeah. All right.
All right, cool. This is a good first episode, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, friends.
I guess we'll probably have to work on the intro and the outro music.
Ryan Seacrest signing out.
Yeah. Well.
Thank you for coming on.
No edits. No edits.
No edits. Yeah.
I
Well,
guess,
thanks everyone. All 0 of you so far.
Yeah, family, friends, grandma. You know.
No, family. I hope family never watches this because I'm going to say some fucked up
Oh
shit.
God.
I was literally gonna say we already spilled the beans that we all smoke weed. So
Oh no.
Well, you just did, Jen. I mean, what the fuck?
I mean,
And
you
this
did.
is- You got to remember, this is no edits.
shit.
We're on the No Edits
Can we
podcast.
cuss? We can cuss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to figure out the monetization,
If we
issues
get
later.
to that point, this
Fuck
is
the
fun.
monetization.
This is fun.
Unless if you have like views, maybe you can think about it. There's no point right now.
But then we'll officially go corporate,
No, we're not gonna go corporate. We can go into Spotify.
True. Yeah. All right. Well, let's end it here.
Yeah. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.